sorry, what the actual hell? What the hell kind of dystopian future are we living in?
Trump's rollout of tariffs is starting to filter through to price tags on store shelves. As these trade policies take effect, businesses that rely on imported goods are adjusting their pricing to account for increased costs. From electronics to everyday household items, shoppers are noticing higher price tags at checkout. This is especially true for products sourced from China and other countries targeted by the tariffs.
The tariffs are beginning to work their way into prices that our American consumers are paying. You just wait. Those 50% tariffs on Brazil, beef, orange juice, coffee. Those 30% tariffs on Mexico, 70% of the vegetables that are brought into the United States come from Mexico. 51% of our fruit comes from Mexico, 30% increase. You wait till these increases come in, and we're going to see more as these tariffs work through the economy and push prices higher and higher, thanks to Donald Trump's management of the economy, or lack thereof. I would say lack thereof. And what do you think? I thought you all voted for lower prices, lower inflation. All these tariffs will only raise prices for the American consumers. The countries that the tariffs are on do not pay the tariff. The importing company pays the tariff, and they pass that tariff along to you and me. So inflation is back up again, thanks to Donald Trump, and it's only going to go higher as these tariffs work through the economy. Let everybody know, especially MAGA. They can call everything fake news. They don't like facts. They don't like the truth. This is a fact, and wait till you go to pay those higher prices. Even Walmart warned you that tariffs would cause higher prices. Don't believe it. You keep going to the register and keep paying. Oh, and by the way, all of the you all snap. Guess what? That's going to be cut too.
Retailers across the country are feeling the pressure. Many had hoped the tariffs would be temporary or that they could absorb the costs. But with no clear end in sight, companies are now raising prices to protect their margins.
Holy cow. I just got back from Target. I'm in my car in the parking lot, just decompressing about all the money I spent and the little bit of bags that I have. $180 for some like bananas, peanut butter, frozen waffles, creamer, milk, just like basic things that should not cost this much. And I am like really good at price hunting, finding the best deals, clipping coupons, but I didn't have time today. It was just like, let's run in and grab some things really quick that we need. And yeah, $180 later, I am hurting for what I bought and what I got. It's just outrageous. I think I'm in denial a lot of times about just how high prices are right now in our grocery stores. And I have 2 kids and they eat a lot, and I don't want to feed them like the junk food and the quick processed stuff, but even that has gone up, like frozen meals and stuff. It's just outrageous. I just don't know how we're surviving, but we are. I mean, you know, we've been doing it, and we will get through it. But I guess when I stay in my little like isolation hub at home, and then I just pick what I want online, I'm not actually going into the grocery store and seeing all the prices of everything. It's not so overwhelming. So yeah, maybe I learned a lesson, like don't go shopping in the store, just got to stay with my Instacart and I'll just live in denial forever.
Economists warn that the inflationary effects of tariffs can ripple through the economy in ways that are hard to reverse. As prices climb, consumer spending will most likely slow, therefore cooling economic growth. While tariffs are intended to protect American interests and encourage domestic production, the short-term impact on shoppers is not good. For Trump, this complicates the political messaging that tariffs are a tool for strengthening the U.S. economy.
Here is a chart of Americans' most important issues, and it's not even close. Far and away, prices are the #1 issue. And when Trump was sworn in, he had a +6 approval rating on his handling of prices, and now it's -24. This is a 30-point swing against Donald Trump in just 6 months. And it's true that he's lost support on pretty much every major issue, but he's lost the most support on prices. And let's not forget that this is by far the most important issue to people, so he's doing the worst on the issue that matters the most. And Trump won based on Americans' fundamental misunderstanding of inflation. Just to ground you in this chart, this is pre-COVID, this is COVID, This is post-COVID. We've pretty much been back at our target inflation rate for 2 years now, but Trump campaigned as if we were back here during the peak of inflation, which we are not at all. However, this peak is what caused the high prices we currently have, because inflation is not a measurement of prices, it's a measurement of the speed at which prices are going up. So that means that unless this inflation rate goes below zero right here, prices are going to continue to go up. And inflation has only gone below zero one time in the last 20 years, and that is in the wake of the worst financial crisis in America since the Great Depression. Because inflation at the target rate is actually a good thing. It means that the economy is growing. You just don't want to see inflation at high levels like this, because then it spikes prices and they don't ever go back to normal. So most people who voted for Trump in this last election because they cared about prices did not understand that Trump could not actually solve that problem. But now, they're realizing it. And this will be the one thing that ruins Donald Trump. It's not going to be Epstein, it's not going to be ICE, it's going to be prices. Because prices are the one thing that persists past the moment. Everybody wants lower prices. We are currently in a place where prices are definitely too high, but there is nothing Trump can do about it. And people who voted for him thinking there was something he could do about it are going to hate him.
With inflation spiking, the cost of essential goods is taking up a big chunk of people's spending. Inflation is quickly changing how people live and spend their money. It's exposing the reality of the US economy. Prices are high, and many people are trying to game the system.
Y'all get so mad that you cry? So, I shop at Aldi because their prices for, like, if you don't have to be a name brand bougie snob, which I am on a lot of things, I'll admit that. So I have my list planned out for what I'm meal prepping this week and all that, and I go to Aldi's and I get everything, and I'm disgusted by the cost of everything, even shopping at Aldi. Like, I didn't get that much, and it was still $135. So, there's one product that I needed from the regular grocery store. So, I go to the grocery store to go in and get that one thing. And this is where the rant comes in. This is going to be controversial. This is going to probably piss a lot of people off, but I don't care. It's a multi-part rant. So there's a mama in there, school's out, so she's got all of her kids with her. She is dressed nice clothes. All the kids have braids. She's got braids and everything in her hair. Buggy full of stuff. She's just fussing at them about how she's got to spend so much money on them for groceries because they're not in school, and they're kids. But when you take kids in a grocery store, they're gonna want snacks, Mom, so she's fussing about all that and fussing at them, and I have my one item, and I'm just standing there patiently waiting to get my one item checked out. And she's complaining and on her phone, high dollar phone, pulls out her government issued food card. And then amongst all of her complaining, she looks at the elderly lady that's checking her out, who is beyond retirement age. She should be home, kicked back, drinking coffee, watching morning shows or something. But she's at work. And the lady's like, Mama, you need to have a little bit of patience. I know it's crazy, and there, you looks like you got several of them. She said, I got a few more at home. You got a few more at home. She said, well, I'm sure you got plenty to keep you busy. She said, no, I don't work. I sit at home. I'm just waiting for all these young'uns to get out of the house. I wish school was in year round. Why? So she don't work. multiple kids, goes out to the parking lot and gets in a fairly new SUV. And I know how much vehicles cost. We're talking about like a good $85,000 to $90,000 SUV. So I'm disgusted. Like, this world is so messed up. She didn't. How? Like, you're not working. You've got all these kids that you produced, and you are fussing at them because they're wanting snacks that you brought them in the grocery store. And then you go get in your very nice SUV in your very nice clothes with your food stamp card. I don't get it.
Economists expect prices to increase even more over the coming months, especially if the new tariffs Trump has threatened against the European Union and a host of other countries in recent days are imposed on August 1st, as planned. As the cost of goods and services climbs, wages often fail to keep pace, leaving many households struggling to afford the same items they once bought regularly. Essentials like groceries, gas, rent, and utilities have become noticeably more expensive, forcing many people to cut back on spending or dip into savings just to make ends meet. Help us grow the channel by subscribing. Also turn on the notification.